All right. Are you ready for page 42 in Essential Elements, our rhythm studies? Before we start, find measure 13. Our rhythm is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. I would like you to play that rhythm to this tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. That is the tempo that we are going to be taking for measure 1 through measure 40. Here we go. Starting at measure 1, 2, 3. That was measure 1 all the way through measure 40. If there were any sections in there, so maybe measure 13 through measure 16, you held all of your quarter notes as eighth notes, or maybe you forgot about the eighth notes. If any mix-up or confusion happen, if there are any parts you need to practice, please rewind and practice whatever section you need to before we go on. But if you're ready to go on, let's do so. Please grab your trumpet. Make sure you have your mouthpiece in it. We are going to play a B-flat scale. What this means is we are going to start on low C. We're going to do C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, and then come all the way down. Those notes, in that order, is our B-flat scale. Ready? Tongue every note. 1, 2, 3. One more time. When we get into our high notes, remember, firm corners, lots of air, blow like you're trying to blow someone over. Here we go. B flat scale, C to C, quarter notes. 2, 3. If you watched last week's video, we did an exercise where we played something called an arpeggio. Those notes again, it's going to be our low C, our E, our G, and our high C. Play them one at a time right now. Start low, C, then E, G, and end with a very high C. Let's try that together now. Slow quarter notes. Just C, E, G, and high C. Ready? 2, 3, 4. If you need to, repeat it. If you don't need to repeat it, we'll do it again. But this time, instead of ending at the high C, we'll go down. So C, G, E, C, up and back. 1, 2, 3. That was our warm-up for today. So, please take out Dragon Fire. We are going to be looking at measure 17 through the end. What do you do at measure 17 and measure 18? You rest. What do we do in 19 and 20? Tell me the note names. Tell me the note lengths. If you said C, B, and D, 2 Ds as half notes in 19 and 20, you're correct. Go ahead and play those with me now. Here we go. Starting on measure 19. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can we do that again? Please remember, our B is second valve. One more time, 19 and 20. 1, 2, 3. Very good. Moving on. What do we do in measure 21? We rest. In 22, what beat number do we come in on? If you said beat 4, you're right. Let's start in measure 22. We will play through measure 25. Here we go. I will give you the first 3 beats in 22 that you rest on. 1, 2, 3. And we ended at measure 25. So, I didn't like how I sounded just then. I definitely think that I could have played that better. Let's go back and do it again. So that way I have the opportunity to practice and to perfect my part. Here we go. 22. 1, 2, 3. What dynamic level are we at 25? Forte! Loud. Right. We rest in measure 26. We only have a single quarter note on 27. I know that you can count. So, why don't we keep going? We'll start at measure 29. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Stop. Did you get forte? Measure 32? Were we loud? Let's go back and double check. 32, forte, and challenge. Let's play through the end of the song. Here we go. 32. 2, 3. Rest. One more time. 35. Play loud. Hit all of your pitches. And watch rhythms. In measure 37, we have what's called a lip slur. We go from E to A. What changes? Only our mouths. If you're having an issue with this, practice that specific thing. Do them in quarter notes. Do them in half notes. Tongue them. Slur them. 35 through the end. 1, 2, 3. And just like that, we are done with Dragon Fire for today. Unless you need to go back and run a section. In which case, please pause the video and do so now. We will keep going on though to Majestica. Last week, we worked on measures 23 through 43. So this time, that's what we're going to start with. We're going to run it. Starting in measure 23. Here we go. Just you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Rest. 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 Da-da. Da-da. 35. 36. 37. 38. That was the downbeat of measure 44. How was it? If in this case it wasn't that great, that's okay. We're going to break it down. We're going to go through a few sections. Why don't we start that today by looking at measure 32 through 34. Play it with me. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Stop. Do you remember what we were talking about earlier in Dragon Fire? How A to E is a lip slur? Do you want to know what else is a lip slur? F to B flat. So 33, we're on our low F. 34, we're on the B flat. Do you remember what those tiny dots mean? If you're not sure, they're in measure 34. They have to do with the note length. They become shorter. They are called staccato. So we are using a staccato articulation on 34. That means we want to make them about half the note length we usually do. So listen first. Short and separate. You try. Give it another go. Try it at least 3 times. Here we go. Ready? 34. We're looping it 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Let's put it back in context. Start at measure 32. Then we'll go on. 32. 1, 2, 3. Next up, if I measure 39, or if I measure 37, which is in box, go forward 2. What is our dynamic level? How loud we are? It's supposed to be mezzo piano, yes. So, pretty quiet. Take 1 second. Name all of the notes in these 4 measures, 39 through 43. As you say them, do the finger. So, example, rest on beat 1. Beat 2, A and G. Keep going. In measure 41, on beat 2, we've got a line under the 2/8 notes. That means to slur. So we only tongue the first note instead of it's. One more time. Not this, but instead this. Let's start at measure 39 through 43. 1, 2, 3, 4. Stop. How was your slurring and tonguing? You look at 41 and 42 one more time. Listen first, then play. 3, 4. Play exactly as I played. 41. 2, 3, 4, 1. Go back and do that one more time. Pause me now. All right. We're going to keep moving on. Let's look at measure 49 through 55. First things first. Look at your notes. Look at your rhythms. We're going to clap and count the rhythms. We've got a lot of half notes, but in measure 50, we've got a half note tied to a whole note. So what's 2 plus 4? 6. You are going to be holding that high C, measure 50, for 6 beats. If you need to, write in a breath mark right before that C, so that way you have enough air for a beautiful, pure sounding C. First things first, 49 through 55. Let's clap and count. Here we go. 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. That was step 1. Step 2, you are going to say the note name in tempo. We're also going to do the fingers for it. So for example, measure 49, we've got F, C. That's what I'd like you to do. Here's your tempo. Get ready, we're starting in 49. 3, 4. F, C, D, F, C, B flat, F, F, C, D, F, C, 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 C. This is pretty high. Tight corners. We're blowing people away. Let's do one run. Actually, you listen first. Do the fingers. Here we go. 49. 3, 4. I have to go back and do that again. Starting on the high C in measure 50, this is beat 3. Give it a go. If you get lost, it's okay. Keep trying to work your way through it. If you play after I stop, it's okay. Here we go. 41 through 55. 2, 3, 4. How was it? It's pretty high. Were you able to hold that C for the whole time? Let's try again. If we can't, then this section will be your homework. Here we go, 49, play with me. 1, 2, 3. Okay, Ian, so your homework for this week is measures 39 through 43 and measures 49 through 55 of Majestica. If you cannot play through Dragonfire all the way from the very first measure to the very last measure, that's also something that you can work on, all right? Tiny exercises, you can look at rhythm exercises if you're bored. Essential Elements is great. There's a lot to do in there. Keep working on your exercises. Please fill out the Google form. Do your sectionals. If there's anything I can do for you, email me, all right? Good luck with everything. I wish you happy practicing and health. Bye, Ian.